What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thank you guys for watching another video. These things have been going super well, so gonna keep them rolling. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, comment, all that good stuff. I think it actually helps make these videos more money so I can continue to do them. So if you guys could do that, that would be awesome. Today's video is private lesson episode 4. Yesterday we had my man Brad with us, and this is the first private lesson Brad's done. He's done in a group setting before, and he was super cool to have, super engaging, trying his best. And from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, we did 3 hours. He improved big time. We worked a rutted turn, which you guys will see in the video. I know you guys have been asking about ruts, and we had a perfect opportunity to work a rutted turn with him. Started out as a disaster like I expected, because even I was struggling with it, and then an hour later we had him hitting it pretty awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let me know what you guys want to see and what you need to work on. We want to stand up in the attack position, just like I teach, really strong here. And when you brake, you want to get as low as you can within the attack position. The lower you get to the bike, we're not leaning back. Some people think you extend your elbows and lean way back when you brake. You're just simply getting lower in that position, just to stabilize. So that way, if you do load the front too much with the front brake, you have that low center of gravity, and it's not going to throw the bike forward, back, left, right. So he did what a lot of people would do, which is essentially idling and coasting down and through the turn. There's no real aggression and acceleration. There's no real aggressive deceleration. Just kind of like, which I guess that's fine. I mean, if you just want to cruise around the track, and that guy's not a bad rider at all, cruise around the track nice and smooth. But if you want to gain easy time, this is a place to gain easy time. Coming down a hill where everyone else is just chilling out. Yeah. Get on the gas. What I do is I pick a marker, whether it's a sprinkler head, a big clump of dirt, a specific rut, a shadow, and I know, okay, I'm going to accelerate to that point, and then that's where I need to get on the brakes. Right. That way I create a zone around the track to where I know, and I can replicate each lap what I'm doing. He got some wheel chatter, but he was like thrusting his handlebars. He had all his weight forward. It's interesting to watch how each person kind of approaches it. The key thing is we need to be off the brakes by a certain point. So actually that yellow thing is a perfect marker of when you have to be off the rear brake so you can begin your turn. If you're dragging the rear brake past that, the bike's just going to want to go that way, and you're disrupting the flow of your turn altogether. So you need to make sure that when you get to that yellow marker, you've slowed down enough to where you can comfortably take the turn. So if that means starting your braking halfway up the hill, or if that means starting your braking here, you just got to make sure you're at corner speed by that yellow post. Okay. So for me, my braking zone theoretically could start before yours, because I do carry so much more speed down the hill that naturally it's just going to take me a little bit longer to get stopped. I'm like, you squeeze the front brake a tiny bit, and with those Brembo brakes, like, it's really going to stop. Same thing with the rear. You barely put your foot on that rear, and all of a sudden you're locking up the rear tire. Yeah. On this bike, they're both good, but they're not, like, you can get a little bit more aggressive with them. So just remember that even though the majority of your stopping power is coming from the front, it doesn't mean you have to just squeeze that thing terribly hard. And it also doesn't mean you're pushing down that rear brake super hard either. You need to hit the rear brake just hard enough so it creates a little bit of wheel chatter. Okay. Not hard enough, and you're just going to be loading the front, because all of it's going to be front brake. And too much rear, it's going to stall. Okay. Because we're not braking with our clutch. No clutch when we brake at all. No clutch when you downshift either. First one essentially was a coast. You were in a decent position. Your foot position was a little off. I felt it, yeah. But body position wise, you were good. But if you listen to your bike, it was just kind of like coasting on through. Second one, I maybe for a second heard a tiny bit of on the verge of being wheel chatter. Let's do this. I want one of the goals to be getting wheel chatter here. So this next time through, don't worry too much about the front brake right now. Just slam on the rear brake as hard as you can and just see what happens. The goal here is going to be to stall the bike, or to get as close to stalling it as possible. Essentially, wheel chatter is like right on the verge of stalling. So if you can get to where we're stalling and then back it up a little bit, so you at least know where that limit is, it's better than you just coasting down the hill every single time. So just slam on that rear brake and see
Which
what
I told you is what I do a lot. It's like I almost just chill like waiting
right.
to,
Which,
you
and
know?
you're not alone. A lot of people are just chilling down this hill, but if you can get comfortable getting wheel chatter and braking aggressive, your braking zone is going to shrink from 300 feet to 50 feet, and that's easy time to be made. You're talking half a second, second and a half per section. It's just time that's going to pile up big time.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm like, my brain is like, I gotta focus on my feet.
Right, okay, so this is exactly what happens, is your brain can choose one or the other.
Yeah.
It's either good body position or braking properly. You went from good body position, but you didn't know how to brake, and now you're braking properly, but your body position went to shit. So now we have to slowly try to piece the two together. The first one you did was by far the best. And then, I don't know if you tried to like up your speed the second two.
Well, I think you were giving me the confidence over here clapping for me, and I'm like...
Yeah. The MotoGP guys come into a turn and they just hang the leg out like this. That's what you look like. You go through a turn and your leg is just like over here and your knee is just way the heck out like that.
You talking about on this one, my outer leg?
I'm watching you do it there. I'm watching you do it as you cut back onto the track here. I'm watching you do it. It's your inside leg. So when you go to put your foot out for a turn, the way I instruct is high and tight, toe pointed in. Your toe should almost be making contact with your front fender.
Yeah.
Your toe's out here.
Oh, really?
And your knee is rotated out here. I think to fix that problem and to get you confident leaning in a turn without relying on that tripod hanging way out there, just leave it on the peg in every turn no matter what. Whether you're working with me or whether you're just riding the track by yourself, that's gonna help you gain confidence because you don't need that leg out there. The leg is really just an insurance policy that we don't want to have to rely on. Can't lock to a point, because if you lock onto a point too long, you're going to end up riding to it. And then what? Now we got to look up and try to pick another point. By that time, it's going to be too late. So you got to pick a point, look beyond it, look beyond it, look beyond it. Just let the bike do the work. The closer you look to the front fender, the more you're going to try to overcorrect and make like those micro adjustments, where if you just look up, let the bike do the work and kind of figure it out. If you have commitment and forward momentum, you could be cross-rutted. You could the bike could be in a rut that you don't even want it in, and you'll be fine. Really. The hardest thing for you, I know right now, is you're gonna try to dab your foot or put your foot out.
Yeah.
So in your head, just leave that foot on the foot peg.
I already got it in my mind. I'm going down, bro.
Okay,
yeah.
I would rather you fall than dab your foot.
Okay.
And this is a soft turn to do it.
Yeah.
I'm betting money that he's either gonna crash or dab his foot. You good? All right, he just stood the whole way and then crashed, which he wasn't supposed to stand. Calling it again, second time through. When he commits to this sitting down, I bet you he's scared from that crash, so he's gonna dab that foot. Guarantee it. Okay, so what he's doing wrong is he's doing everything he can to not lean over. This is a really intimidating rut. Everyone's trying to go through it without leaning. You need a little bit of lean angle to get that bike around that rut. Holy moly. Nice and slow, eyes up. So you can see him just making these tiny movements, which that tells you that he's looking down right in front of his front fender and trying to balance too much, not letting the bike do the work. All right, so none of those were perfect,
Well,
But
my head up on that last one, I felt like it just carried me through.
right, but that's the thing, is you're making mistakes, but you're able to adjust them on the fly, and I could tell your confidence is improving to where you don't totally throw it out the window when things start to go wrong. So even after me just hitting it the 6 or 7 times, what happened is the inside of the rut, so this part of the rut here is lower because my foot peg was eating away at it. So the rut is actually makes a little bit more sense now than it did before. Better. Best one yet. Starting to gain confidence. Second gear, you're like, as you're right on the verge of running out of second gear. In fact, that last time you shifted third, like at the bottom of the takeoff. Let's try just leaving it in third this time. Before we start to do the one-handed drill, leave it in third the whole way. I think what you're gonna find is it's just a little bit less snappy. So when you do get on the gas, it's not like trying to stand the bike up.
Yeah.
It'll just be a little bit smoother, and you won't have to worry about shifting the bike right before the takeoff.
Okay.